Today we're going to talk about how to get more rotation on the cue ball, and I'm sure some of you will be really surprised after watching this video. Okay, for this video we have to learn about follow through and why it helps to get more rotation on the cue ball. And I think a lot of people know and use follow through already, but for the wrong reason. If you don't know about follow through, it means that you shouldn't stop your cue immediately after hitting the cue ball if you want to get a lot of rotation on the cue ball. For example, here I really want to get a lot of high and left spin on the cue ball. That's why I'm following through the cue ball so much. Whereas here my cue stops after the hit. If we compare those two shots, we can clearly see the differences. On the shot where I didn't follow through a lot, I got less action on the cue ball. And of course there are a lot of shots, especially on a bar table, where we don't need a lot of follow through, but more of a compact stroke. So following through the cue ball gets more rotation on the cue ball. The logical assumption would now be that with a lot of follow through, your cue and the cue ball will be longer in contact, so you get more action on the cue ball. But this is actually not true. Look at this slow-mo video. Do you see how much I'm following through the cue ball? And do you see where the tip and the cue ball separate? Right at the beginning. So the rest of the forward action from the cue was basically useless? No, it wasn't, and I will tell you why. To understand why it wasn't useless, we need to know about timing. When shooting, your cue is moving backwards first. After that, the forward motion begins and your cue is accelerating. At some point, it will have its highest speed. That should be exactly the moment you hit the cue ball. And after that, it will start decelerating before stopping. This will take some time, of course, because you can't just immediately stop the forward motion. Timing means that you want to hit the cue ball at that moment where your cue is moving at its highest speed. So if you want to get a perfect timing on a shot with power, you have no choice but to follow through the cue ball a lot. If it comes to rest too early after hitting the cue, you probably have started decelerating before even hitting the cue ball. And that's exactly why you don't get a lot of rotation on the cue ball. So following through the cue ball actually helps to get the perfect timing on the cue ball and not to make a longer contact with the cue ball. And of course, depending on what kind of shot you want to play, the power you need changes, and therefore the timing and the follow through also changes. Let me know in the comments if this was something new for you or if you already knew that. And if you liked this video, consider to leave a thumbs up or subscribe for more lessons. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, see you at the next lesson. Take care.